Hello friends, welcome to E-Pathshala. I am Shagun Sharma, Assistant Professor in Political Science in Government College for Girls, Sector 42, Chandigarh. The paper is Foreign Policy of India and the module is India-Bangladesh Relations. Bangladesh got independence from Pakistan in 1971. It has completely been efforts of India to provide independence to Bangladesh. Meanwhile, Pakistan accuses India of providing support to Bangladesh for its liberation, whereas Bangladesh looks up to India as a leader in playing a helpful and major role in liberating it. However, India and Bangladesh has always shared peaceful and cordial relations with each other. Though some hitches have always been seen in their relationship, but still it grew very much better. However, there are few important points when we look at India and Bangladesh relationships. First of all, the issue of Bangladeshi immigrants to India is a thing of major concern. Moreover, there are few river disputes and territorial issues between both the countries, but still they are being made to settle out in a very peaceful manner. Through this module, an effort will be made to acquaint the readers with the various stages of India-Bangladesh relations. Both these countries started their relations in a happy and cordial mood. It was but natural because India played a very important role in the birth of Bangladesh. But the pitch of their relations has not always been so smooth. There have been many disputes between them. This module will inquire all those issues of disputes. Various stages of relations. The proper analysis of Indo-Bangladesh relations can be done on the basis of following classifications. Honeymoon period, period of ups and downs, new beginnings 1996 onwards. Honeymoon period. The first phase of India-Bangladesh relations was during the regime of Sheikh Mujib, which can be called the period of sound friendship and cooperation between both the countries. This period starts from the courtesy visits of both the Prime Ministers Sheikh Mujib and Indira Gandhi. Political, economic and cultural relations developed cordially between both the countries during this period. Treaty of Friendship and Cooperation for 25 years signed on 19th March 1972 has been the most important event from political angle. Whereas on one side, through this treaty, both the countries expressed their commitments not to interfere in each other's internal matters, to respect each other's boundaries. Pakistan termed this treaty as military alliance, but keeping in view the overall context and its nature of not having opposition to any third country, this treaty can be termed just as friendly efforts of both the countries to establish peace in this region and not the military alliance. Even during the Indo-Pak Shimla talks, India continuously kept informed Bangladesh about all the activities by showing its full cooperation. Efforts were also made by India for the membership of Bangladesh in UN. Period of ups and downs. The second stage of relations has been from 1976 to 1995, in which the relations have passed through various ups and downs. The followings are the main reasons of differences between both during this period. Most of the governments in Bangladesh in this period have been of anti-Mujib blocs. Hence, they adopted the foreign policies contrary to Mujib's policies. The main policies of Bangladeshi governments in this period were tilted towards Pakistan. Hence, the anti-Indian stance was quite obvious. Bangladesh has also been diffident due to the increasing military capability of India during the decades of 1970 and 1980. There has been some important disputes between both, like Farakka dispute, Moor Island dispute, illegal immigration, boundary dispute, problems related to enclaves, etc. New beginning. The beginning of third stage of their relations may be considered in 1996 with the coming of Sheikh Hasina's government in power in Bangladesh and the new government of United Front in India. The main reason of this may be the courtesy visits by both the Prime Ministers, Sheikh Hasina and H.D. Devi Gowda, to each other's country and the solution of serious problems like Farakka water distribution through mutual dialogue. The new beginning of cordial relations of both the countries started due to the changed world order, regional cooperation, and adoption of policies free from prejudices by both the countries. The improved relations of these countries also got an institutional base during this period. India developed Gujarat Principle to improve the relations with neighbors, in which there was a provision of one-sided concessions to the neighbors. The solution of Ganga water dispute was an important step under this initiative. Keeping in view the failure of SAARC, a regional group was formed as BIMSTEC in June 1997 to increase the economic cooperation among South and Southeast Asian countries. Through this group, efforts were made to link South and Southeast Asia through the development of roadways between India and Bangladesh. The issue of terrorism is also an important reason of differences between both. The rebel group of Northeast India still are in asylum in Bangladesh. At present, the relations are getting cordial again with the positive steps taken by both the countries. The chief among them are Border Security Force and Bangladesh Rifles have started the joint action against terrorism. The Kolkata-Dhaka bus service was restarted. Though Bangladesh is not ready to run railway service to Jamuna Bridge from Sialdah of India, but it may become the reality very soon. India and Bangladesh are agreed to have dialogue free trade agreement in October 2004. In this way, certainly a new initiative was taken on many issues after different changes. The visit of Sheikh Hasina to India in 2010 proved a milestone in many ways. 5 main agreements were signed during this visit from 10th to 13th January, and consent was also expressed on many other issues. These 5 agreements were: Agreement for mutual legal assistance on criminal matters, Agreement on transfer of convicted prisoners, Agreement on international terrorism, organized crime and check on smuggling of drugs, Memorandum on cooperation in the field of electricity, and Agreement on cultural exchange. The full consent on 6 main issues is necessary for the long-term permanent relations between both countries. These issues are migrant Bangladeshi, insurgency, boundary dispute, anti-Hindu violence, Ganges water dispute, and trade dispute. Problems. For the estimation of any kind of future relations between both countries, it is necessary to have detailed information and analysis of current issues. There have been 5 disputed issues between both in this regard, and the objective analysis of these is essential. These issues are as follows: water distribution of rivers, dispute on enclaves, problems of Chakma refugees, problem of smuggling, problem of illegal citizens. Water distribution of rivers. The most important issue of dispute between both the countries has been the problem of water distribution of rivers. There are 54 joint rivers between both, but the dispute on the water distribution of Ganges is at the top. In this regard, a short-term agreement was signed in 1975 and a long-term on 29 September 1977. This problem erupted due to the construction of dam at Farakka on Ganges, because India wants to keep the particular water flow during the summers to save the Kolkata port through this dam. In this agreement, both countries agreed on a plan for distribution of water from 1st January to 31st May. The opposition of this agreement started in Bangladesh within a short span of time after it concluded, while the reality was opposite to this. In this way, even after the provisions made in the favor of Bangladesh, India became ready to cancel the agreement on its appeal during the visit of General Irshad to New Delhi in 1982. The amended form of this agreement remained in force till 1988. After that, no agreement could be concluded between the two in this regard. After that, the differences continued between both. To solve this problem and to have a permanent solution in this regard, India presented the proposal of Ganges-Brahmaputra link canal, which was approved by the World Bank also. Bangladesh argued that by executing this agreement, a larger portion of its land will go wasted. In this way, this problem continued due to the contrary approaches of both the countries. This was solved after the formation of new governments in both the countries in 1996. Both countries solved this problem by signing a 12-point 30-year treaty on 12th December 1996 during the visit of Sheikh Hasina to India. On the basis of this treaty, the 35,000 cubic sec water will remain available for both the signatories for the duration of 10 days each, alternatively for 3 times from 11th March to 10th May. Both have solved this bilateral problem on the basis of above agreement. No provision of any institution was made to solve any dispute in this treaty due to the mutual confidence of the leaderships of both the countries. Giving an impression of liberalism, India termed this agreement a very important document to influence the bilateral relations in the coming years. This agreement came into force from 1st January 1997. On 31st May 1999, this treaty crossed its tenure of 3 years. On the basis of its experience, the general image of this treaty appeared before the citizens and government of Bangladesh that it did not work properly. And the less flow of water in the month of March has been its main reason. According to the member of India's Integrated Water Resource Commission, Ramaswamy R. Iyer, 4 elements are responsible for this problem, which are as follows. The general aspect of water resources, safety from the erosion by tributaries, the strange difference between the exit of water from Frakka Dam and receiving of water at Harding Dam, the reason of soil buildup at Gorai. Even after Iyer believes that if both the countries adopt transparent and positive approach, this treaty will prove most useful and effective for both the countries. There are disputes on other rivers also. Disputes emerged between both on Mohari River in 1974, 79 and 86. The dispute has also been on Teesta River, which was solved by the agreement of 1983. Churani River dispute in relation to the pollution spread by Bangladeshi factories is still continued. Jayant Kumar Ray believes that these disputes are still continued because of the incapability of taking decisions by the bureaucracy of both the countries. Dispute on enclaves. There has been a dispute on enclaves also between India and Bangladesh. However, the efforts were made to solve the problems through the agreement of 1974, but the 2 enclaves, the Hagram and Angar Pota, were still left in India. On the basis of an agreement between India and Bangladesh in 1982, India provided a corridor of 3 Bigha to connect these enclaves to Bangladesh. But this issue got delayed because of the petition filed in Kolkata High Court and later on in Supreme Court. Bangladesh did not want to repeat the example of Beri Baru, rather it alleged that India had taken the railway route of West Bengal to Assam in lieu of this agreement, but did not hand over 3 Bigha to FIT. But finally, in 1990, Supreme Court also cleared the matter. Consequently, Indian government handed over this region to Bangladesh on 26 June 1992 despite the opposition of BJP. 111 enclaves of India and 56 enclaves of Bangladesh are in the territories of each other. Both had to exchange these enclaves as per the Land Border Agreement of 1974. Consent was reached on having joint census and survey in 2005. But the Joint Commission of both the countries formed for this purpose could not have even a single meeting till date. But finally, the issue was settled by both the countries by swapping their enclaves on midnight of 31st July and 1st August 2015. The similar disputes erupted on Navmur Island of Bay of Bengal, having the area of 12 square kilometers. Bangladesh occupied this island. The South Talpati of Bangladesh and Purbansa of India have been the reasons of grave dispute between both the countries. Though today this region is under the control of India, but there is no possibility of its complete solution without consent based on a joint survey of both the countries. Problem of Chakma refugees. The issue of rehabilitation of Chakma refugees in the Chittagong hilly region of Bangladesh is still an issue of dispute between both the countries. Though Bangladesh has accepted to take these refugees back, yet it has always been denying accommodating them on the pretext of not having the proper place. Both have dispute over their numbers also. This problem becomes more severe when associated with the security of refugees, human rights, asylum to the rebels, establishment of peace force, etc. This issue is still pending for solution. This issue was raised during the Bangladesh visit of H.D. Devegowda on 5th to 6th January 1997, but both countries could not reach on consent. Problem of smuggling. Due to the economic imbalance between both the countries, the trade deficit has always been in favor of Bangladesh. Hence, smuggling was promoted instead of regular trade. Both the countries have to find out the solution of this serious problem jointly. Bangladesh fulfills the demand of its necessary goods like food, edible oil, spices, etc. through the smuggling of luxury goods to the people of India like Japanese camera, tape recorder, etc. Smuggling is getting fully promoted between both the countries instead of business, which is a cause of worry for both countries. Problem of illegal citizens. Another important issue of dispute is the infiltrating of illegal citizens from Bangladesh to India. The Indian citizenship was granted to all those illegal citizens who came from Bangladesh to India before 1971. But after that, this issue became serious. As a result, a huge number of these illegal people entered in the boundary states of India like Tripura, Assam, Mizoram and West Bengal. According to an estimate in December 1991, the number of these people was 10 lakhs. In New Delhi, 5,87,000 in West Bengal. This problem turned into a dangerous situation after the severe opposition by Assam Gun Parishad in the decade of 1980. As a result of increasing influence of BJP after the decade of 1990, now this issue has become very sensitive for India. India has adopted double strategy to tackle this problem. On the one side, it has sent back these illegal citizens to Bangladesh, and on the other side, the act of fencing the whole border of 4,095 kilometers started in April 1984. Jayant Kumar Ray perceives this solution of India as a failure of bureaucracy. Ramesh Thakur believes that this is an improper military solution of the problem associated with the issue of population. There are various difficulties in executing this kind of solution between both the countries. The boundary line of both the countries is not clear because it is demarcated through houses, markets and villages at many places. At many places, the centers of rivers are demarcated as boundaries. Both countries have granted the rights of fishing to the citizens of each other in their territories through various agreements. There is the problem of contrary occupation also between the both. Land belongs to one country while cultivating the citizen of other country. Hence, the disputed matter cannot be solved easily. Hence, there is a need of taking the logical and sensitive attitude on this dispute by both the countries. Thus, keeping in view all the above facts and considerations, we can say that India majorly contributed towards the development of Bangladesh as an independent nation. Moreover, India also hugely invested in infrastructural projects of Bangladesh. Despite some initial trouble between both the countries regarding sharing of river waters of the Ganges River and various issues of territorial integrity, both the countries never really come up with a big problem. Though in the current times, India is witnessing a problem with the influx of Bangladeshi migrants, which has caused huge demographic imbalance in India. However, soon a way will be found out to resolve these differences among both the countries. Thank you.